Sipha, I was asking whether, we're seeing signs of the taxi bosses following through on the threats they've made this past weekend.
Well, the taxi rank I'm in at Bree Taxi Rank, that is run by Faraday Taxi Association. And something that we noticed even on our way here to Bree, and as we were also standing outside waiting to come in here, is that Faraday Taxi Association has actually opted not to fill the car to full capacity. As you can see, they are trying to keep within the 70% load as they were doing over the course of the lockdown. When we spoke to one of the taxi association members, who is the rank manager here, he told us that actually they are waiting on the minister to make the announcement. It seems as though they are waiting for the minister's meeting with the NCCC, which is going to happen tomorrow. And I'm sure you've heard from the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, who had opted to actually meet with the taxi associations and all the stakeholders in the taxi industry. It was meant to be on Tuesday, but they wanted it to happen sooner than Tuesday, which was meant to be over the weekend. But it seems as though they are unhappy about that. But also not just that, of course, they have some demands that they would like met, which they say are non-negotiable. They're saying that since airplanes are allowed to fill at full capacity, so should taxis. They're saying that the 70% load is rather hitting them in the pocket now, Ayanda. But also, besides the full capacity issue, there's also the pricing issue that has been topical over the last 2 weeks, as we've seen. But it's the Alexandra Taxi Association. They're saying that from the 1st of July, they will, effective from the 1st of July, increase the prices by 7 Rand on all their routes. So it's not just also full capacity, but besides also Alexandra Taxi Associations, there are other associations who are also following suit, who actually want to increase the prices, which of course it's going to hit South Africans hard, as many of them have said that they've lost their jobs and retrenched or were not able to work during the lockdown, so they won't really be able to afford the taxi fares as they usually did before.
Yeah, Sipha, I'm very interested in the stance taken by the Faraday Taxi Association, where you're at the Bree Taxi Rank. So they've essentially broken ranks with SANTACO and the National Taxi Alliance by not going ahead with this 100% loading capacity. What are some of their reasons behind that? I mean, does it have anything to do with the potential health risks of going ahead with these threats?
Well, the rank manager that we spoke to said that they feel as though that the minister is the one who should actually make the decision and make the announcement. And that's exactly what they're going to wait for. They'll wait for Minister Mbalula to actually give them the go-ahead, as of course from the outcome of the meeting, which will happen tomorrow, where the taxi industry can fill the taxis at 100% capacity load. They're saying that that is the person who should be telling them what loads to take. So for now, they're going to still continue with the 70% load. But of course, we're also going to see other taxi ranks which are run by other associations, Ayanda, to find out whether they're following SANTACO's call, or maybe, just like Faraday Taxi Association, they've decided to actually wait for the minister to make the call.
And Sipha, the saying goes, when elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers the most. I'm interested to find out what some of the commuters on the ground are feeling like this morning, considering, of course, that whatever decision is taken, they're the ones who are going to be impacted.
That is true, that is correct. But what we've seen from the reaction from people after they heard about the full load is that, of course, now they're worried because they feel as though their lives are at risk. As you said, Ayanda, that it seems as though that these will be the vehicle of the virus should they load at full capacity. And I mean, it's not like every single taxi takes precautionary measures when it comes to ensuring that the passengers are sanitized. We've seen some passengers, although every passenger we've seen getting into a taxi is wearing a mask, but you never know when it comes to the hands, because we've seen that it's only a certain number of taxis that are actually using hand sanitizers. Not all taxis are sanitizing the passengers before they get on board the taxi. So it rather is, as you said, interesting to hear, but to see, but not only with the risk of the virus, but also the financial implications, of course, when it comes to the passengers themselves, as they said, that they won't be able to afford taxi fares should their taxi price increase. As we know that there's an ultimatum here saying full capacity or we raise the prices of taxi fare in South Africa. But of course, Alexandra Taxi Association, regardless of that decision, has decided to go ahead with the increment of taxi fare by 7 rand.
All right, Sipha Kema, our reporter, live to us there from the Bree Taxi Rank. It's a story we'll continue trying to cover for you from all corners of the country, as we know that the announcement made by SANTACO not only is restricted to operations in Gauteng, but certainly operations wherever the organization operates.